City Trouble, Part 4. The Great Morning Rush. The sun rose over Snack City, but this wasn't an ordinary morning. It was the day of the Great Morning Rush. Officer Berger stood at the center of Crisp Avenue, his whistle blowing non-stop. Taxis made of toast and buses made of baguettes were backed up for miles. "We need more hands or buns on deck," he shouted over the honking of the traffic. Suddenly, a delicious aroma filled the air. Penny Pancakes and Millie Milkshake zoomed onto the scene. Penny was stacked high and ready for action, while Millie's straw was spinning like a propeller. "Don't worry, officer," Millie chirped, her sprinkles sparkling in the sun. "We're here to smooth things over. A sweet start makes for a fast finish." Penny Pancakes flipped herself onto the sidewalk, acting as a soft, springy ramp for the smaller fruit snack pedestrians to cross safely over a puddle of spilled syrup. Meanwhile, Millie Milkshake used her icy swirls to cool down the engines of the overheated coffee vans. Officer Berger gave a thumbs up. With their help, the traffic began to flow as smooth as honey. Across town, at the Al Dente Bridge, there was a big problem. A section of the Noodle Road had snapped. Pasta Primo stood at the edge, looking down at the Sauce River in despair. "Mamma mia!" he cried, waving his fork-like arms. "The morning commuters will never get to work on time." The line of hungry cars grew longer and longer. "Stand back, I've got this," shouted Pippo Pizza. With a graceful leap, Pippo stretched his wide, flat crust across the gap in the bridge. He was the perfect shape. His gooey mozzarella held firm as Pasta Primo and the other noodle citizens rolled safely over his back. "Grazie, Pippo," cheered Pasta Primo as he led the way across the pizza bridge. In the main plaza, Paella Pedro was trying to get the morning festival ready, but he was feeling a bit overwhelmed. He had so much rice to stir and so many lemons to squeeze. "Ay de mi," he sighed, wiping his brow with a paper napkin. "The plaza looks a bit plain for such a big day. We need more spirit and a bit more sparkle." That's when the Churro twins arrived from Spain, dancing to a clicking beat. They skipped around Paella Pedro, spinning in fast circles. As they twirled, they sprinkled golden cinnamon sugar and joy all over the plaza. Paella Pedro's eyes lit up as he started to play his lemon castanets again. "That's the spark we needed," he laughed, feeling the energy return. Nearby, Dina Donut and the Donut Squad were busy hanging streamers made of licorice. They were working hard, but the high towers of Snack City were hard to reach. "We need something light and fluffy to reach the tops of the sprinkles," Dina said, looking up at the tall sugar spire that loomed over the city square. Cece Cupcake and her sisters floated down from the bakery roof. With their swirling towers of pink frosting, they added the perfect decorations to the highest peaks. Cece helped Dina Donut place a giant cherry right on top of the spire. "Teamwork makes the icing sweeter." Cece giggled as the city began to sparkle under their careful touch. Hank Hot Dog was the newest resident in town, and he felt a little shy, seeing everyone working so hard. Benito Burrito saw him standing on the corner. "Hey, Hank, don't just stand there. We need a fast mover to deliver the morning papers." Hank grinned, tucked his mustard yellow scarf tight, and zoomed through the streets faster than a speeding sausage. By noon, the Great Morning Rush was over, and it was the most successful one Snack City had ever seen. Officer Berger gathered everyone in the park. The old team stood proudly alongside their new friends. "I thought we were doing fine before," the officer admitted, "but look at what we accomplished together today. Snack City has never been more vibrant." Alma Arepa brought out a giant tray of sparkling fruit cider. "To our new friends," she toasted, raising her glass high. "Today we learned that adding more flavors to the pot only makes the meal better." Everyone cheered, pancakes, pizza, churros, and all. In Snack City, they knew that being different was great, but working together was the most delicious thing of all.